Who goes there? Demand to be recognised.
So welcome to Bembridge Fort. Bembridge Fort Trust, we've had the fort for less than 6 months after taking it over from the National Trust after 65 years. We're so pleased to be now in charge of this iconic and unique facility. A part of what we want to do as a trust is both to restore, conserve and preserve and bring it back into use, to bring it back in community use. And today is our first open day. Over 700 people through the doors so far. It's only not yet 1 o'clock. Everybody's come in, having a great time, and we're commemorating both the Palmerston era and our First World War era, when this was a huge training camp. Thousands of young men came here for sometimes their last time on English shores to learn how to fight and be part of World War I. And from here they left on ships from Portsmouth and Southampton to the Somme and Passchio nel Ypres, and of course with the Isle of Wight Rifles, Gallipoli.
Here, and one girl went upstairs, didn't know what somebody was doing in that one.
Wonderful to see this fort come to life. For years it was left as a derelict, and various people operated in here, and the National Trust had it. But now, in the past 6 months, the people that have got it have actually started to use it and bring it to life. And if you look around, the show today is the first show that they've done. And you can tell by the people around that people are interested in the history. And this fort's got a lot of history.
In the Second World War, this fort is reactivated in 1937, and we become a centre for the technological war, what Churchill will call the secret war. Up there we have the most advanced chain home low radar in the British Isles, the first one. The first identification of friend or foe, the pipsqueak radar system. We also have the Home Guard running anti-aircraft guns here, and on top of each of these expense magazines, machine guns to protect against air attack. We are the first line of defence for Sandown Bay below us. And the Royal Navy are here as well, one of the only bases that has all 3 services in the same fort. And they're running super secret magnetic loop detection systems to protect against submarines and spies, and also minefield systems that are remote fired.
Good afternoon, my name is Helen Williams and I belong to a group called Victis 40s Vintage, V4V for short, who like to commemorate the years of the 1940s. For instance, I've got an original 1940s gas mask, which this is how they came, in an ugly cardboard box with a string handle. Ladies of fashion and crafters in the 1940s made covers for them, and thus was born the shoulder bag.
Yeah, it would be pretty much a waterborne transmission, I would have thought there, Kelvin. So yeah, like I say, the home QTH is Bembridge on the island here, which is easternmost tip down in the outskirts of the village.
The people, the volunteers that have had it for the past 6 months have got great plans to turn it into an activity centre with things happening, shows, not just history, but actually having music and have other events operating here, because it's got an arena and it's suited to that kind of thing. So let's hope that things succeed and this takes off and becomes a major tourist attraction on the island.
This is a Mark I electron bomb, aka a firebomb or an incendiary. These were dropped in their hundreds by the Nazis over England. They had two purposes. One was to set fires, especially of valuable or historic buildings, and lower morale. And the other was to light the way for the heavy bombers, because if the target area is ablaze, then their specific targets can be more easily seen. ARP posts were where you could find the equipment to put these out if you didn't have any in your house. They were not designed, at least initially, to explode. They were designed to set a fire. So they land and the percussion fuse lights the inner core, which is made of a substance called thermite, and that will burn for 15 seconds at a temperature of 2,300 degrees centigrade, emitting smoke from those holes. So 15 seconds is longer than people think, and people can, and did, pick them up by the fins and sling them so that they wouldn't set fire to wherever they'd landed.
The heritage of this fort is internationally important because of the development of radar, the development of sonar. And as Tim will have already said earlier, it was a really secret place, and we do want to open it up, and we want to open it up for the benefit of individuals and especially groups on the island, educational groups, children. And it has been really fantastic watching the children here today enjoy themselves.
Fix! Bayonet! Attention! Now we're going to shoulder arms again. Shoulder arms. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. A little bit higher. That's it. On that shoulder. On that shoulder. That's all right. There we go. Now I want you to charge your bayonet, and it goes like this. Just watch for now. Just watch for now. Charge bayonet. Ah! Exactly.
Paramount in the whole of this project is the history of this fort. There are lots of parks and forts around, but this fort is unique in its role in the Second World War. It was here in the First World War, but it came to life in the Second World War. It came to life in the fact that it was so secret nobody knew it was here. And we now want to bring that story to the general public, to the island, and to the world, basically, because we have people getting in touch with us from Australia, Tasmania, somebody come from, to tell us that their folks met here during the Second World War. One guy came up and he said to me, my mother and father met here and I'm the product of that meeting.